Hi, welcome to Gauntlet Hangouts via Google Chat. Blake running Conjure Hagalaz today. It's mostly PBTA stuff in a Middle Ages fantasy setting with exploration, espionage, and investigation. If anyone has a problem with anything, just say stop, timeout, X, whatever. My usual thing is no harm to kids, but it's unlikely to come up in the story. You don't want to have any particular things like I'm terrified of spiders, or don't mention people getting burnt by fire or anything.
Just like the usual, no extreme violence against anybody.
Yep.
Yes, same here.
Yep. No worries. Okay. Yep. Okay. Now, all right, so Stephen, your character has a bunch of spells, but that doesn't mean it's like Harry Potter. You've got a broomstick, a wand, and a robe. How you use your magical visualize your character is up to you. You could, when you do your powers, be doing martial arts kata. You could be doing a war cry. You could be playing bagpipes, and that's how you use your magic. That's how you do your thing. Then that's fine. Did you have any ideas or sort of how you do your thing, or?
I'll just standard spoken word stuff. I think.
Okay, so
I don't have any particular ideas, so let's keep it simple.
No worries. Is that okay? So are you doing gestures, or is it just you sort of standing still and yelling stuff? Or?
Yeah, gestures, words.
No worries. Do you have any questions looking at the character sheet about anything, or?
No. I'll ask questions as we go along, I'm sure.
No worries. All right. Now, in the player's guide on page 37 is a thing called Fate Weave. We have to choose one of those things of this is how you know each other.
Okay, so do we pick a question from this list?
Yeah.
Ask the other one?
Or if it gives you an idea for your own question, that's fine. Just fire away.
Right.
I'm just rereading the questions again.
No worries. Anyone grab you, or?
I mean, maybe since my character has alliance with the lycanthropes. Maybe something related to that. We did have a were panda last time. Maybe we could have like a were koala or something.
Last game around, there were were bunnies running around. It's something different every time.
That makes me think of Monty Python.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of having trouble just because I don't know anything about the settings, so it's just a completely blank slate.
Okay.
For me.
I mean, it is a Middle Ages setting.
Right.
Some characters have the ability to portal to the moons or the astral plane or whatever as you're doing your exploration, your quests, your missions, or whatever. There are, arcane guilds and ninja reviews and stuff. So there's a little bit of sort of Asian-inspired stuff. It's not all European.
It's like I think you mentioned last time it was like Dresden Files-esque, but like in a fantasy setting.
Yeah, you can do a lot of the Dresden Files stuff or in the fantasy setting, but because there's no phones or electricity or internet or anything, but there's horses, llamas, wagons, taverns, all of that.
Oh, let me go back. 62. Or maybe it might help if so my character is a kitsune species. She's athletic, adult age. Like I said earlier, she has technically alliance with the lycanthropes. She originally was I forget the words I used. She was a go-between between her clan and the towns, and so she kind of became
like a liaison.
Like a liaison. That's right. Yeah. So because she has an affinity with the merchant house, so she's used to like running like errands like that, or like in a previous session, she was an escort to help a mage so that he doesn't get it.
So we can say
like that kind of.
Did you have a name for your character, Stephen? Or?
Yeah, I was going to go with Evan Noss.
Okay.
Worries. All right, so we can say Evan Loss's merchant contact hired you both in the past.
All right, I'll say that I have dreams of a submerged stone circle have often been disturbing my sleep. And there's a hint at some presence from beyond this world that is trying to get through.
But how does Diana's character tie into that? Well, is her name written on one of the stones in the circle, or does she have the same dream? Or
I could go with that if you want.
Yeah, it's like I've had this dream of a fox at the edge of a lake, and I know that she's a kitsune, so I've decided to seek her out and see if she has any insight into this.
Yeah, and you've bumped into each other when like your merchant house contacts had a big dinner and had everybody he knows over and that sort of thing, because he's a wealthy guild master. So you have met before. Plus, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Maybe we're both witnessing a similar type of dream. I don't think she would actively would have searched out for him. I assume your character is a he?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but like definitely maybe like when we've bumped into each other, it's like, oh, you seem familiar somehow.
Right. I mean, maybe you were having dreams, but it was all. But instead of a fox, you saw some sort of a lizard that you somehow knew that it was a transformed. Someone had transformed into a lizard and was
Mm.
looking over the lake, and
Yeah,
it's like,
so in
why are we
Festa's
dreaming
version of
about
the
each
dream,
other?
she saw your iguana, not you.
Yeah.
Right.
Sounds like a Cheech and Chong film. Alrighty.
My
Okay.
my favorite one was when they're in the past.
Yeah, I grew up watching that stuff. They were nutty.
Yeah, I did
Alrighty.
too.
So the mission starts. The recruitment starts. It's spring. It's a cool evening. You're out on the jetty. Cool but not cold. You're on the jetty with. I need to name this guy. Anyone got an idea for a name for this scribe guildmaster?
Johan.
Alright. Okay, so yeah, Johan's invited you both here. So you're strolling up the jetty. You can see people fishing with handreels and rods, pulling up little nets of crabs and stuff. So we'll say this guy's like 60. So I thank you both. Thank you both for coming. I need your help. And he sort of pulls his cloak a bit tighter because he can't handle the cooler weather as he used to. Says, my brother's been missing a while and I'd like you to find him.
Did he have any enemies?
I don't think so. He just worked for our, scribe business, and yeah, I haven't seen him for a couple of weeks, and then a few people said, oh, he went over to the island, but no one's heard from him, and I'm just a bit worried. It's not like him to go away so long. Probably
Do you know
nothing.
what his business was on this island?
Do you know what, sorry?
What his business was on this island?
No. It's a lot of people don't go to the island. It's about 6 hours offshore, and yeah, it's a bit out of the way for most people.
Fessa like pulls herself in the cloak a little bit more because it's cold, and she's not really used to like how cold it is.
Yeah.
And it's like, has there been any rumors or legends about this island that would cause anyone, not just your brother, but like just anybody, to maybe want to explore?
That would be a culture roll. Either of you have culture? I think one of you did.
Yeah, I took culture, so that's.
Yeah, I mean, you can both roll. It's just he's going to be better at it. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah, I have
So-
supernatural. And
Well, you could roll for that too.
Okay, so would that be an intuition roll?
Yep. Roll and add your intuition. Yeah, for both.
Okay, well, I got a 5.
Excellent.
I got a 10. And I lost
Okay.
a die.
What's something supernatural you've heard of? There's some like magic works a bit funny over there. You've heard. Fessa has heard magic works a bit funny. Evan Lass has heard they have giant bananas, like 2 foot across. They take about a year to grow, but really yummy if you can get your hands on some.
Yes.
This is a more Mediterranean sort of warmer climate, so yeah, it's not, you're not up in Norway or anything. It's closer to Miami or Madrid in terms of climate. So yeah, there's the things you've heard about the island. Hagalaz, you probably met the younger brother, 20 years ago or whatever, but it's been a while since you've seen him.
Well, how much can you have changed in 10 or 20 years?
Yeah, probably not at all. All right. So yeah, Johan's saying, yeah, he's probably fine. He's probably just doing some deals or having a good time somewhere, but it's not like him to go missing. So I'd just like you to go and look. I can, yeah, I'm looking at retiring soon, so I need to make sure he's back home safe and in charge and see what's happening.
Makes sense. If we do find him and he doesn't seem to want to come home, or he seems quite content wherever he is, what would you like us to do?
Well, make sure his reasons for staying are legitimate. It's not because someone's forced him to stay with some dodgy business deal or something. But other than that, that's fine. Just make sure he's okay and come back. I can offer you 10 hex each to give you an equivalent. That's like 5 grand each.
Nice. That is more than acceptable. I look at Hagalaz and make sure we're all on the same page.
It seems like a simple enough errand.
Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. Good luck, and I hope to hear back from you soon.
Yes, we'll be in
Getting
touch
off this
soon.
jetty, it's too cold.
So I think I'm trying to think it would be if it would make sense to go directly to the island or try to talk to people first that the brother had known, just so we not go in completely blind.
Right. Right. Well, it seems like if there was anything unusual about the island, the brother would have found it out already. That's known.
Maybe he's a bit of a bookworm. He's
we can ask a few questions, I suppose.
So I mean, some people said he took a boat over. You could ask people that sort of hire boats, or you could just ask the younger brother's sort of usual contacts. Who do you want to chat to?
Probably usual contacts. I doubt the boat people wouldn't. They would just sell a boat or rent a boat out and not really ask.
Yeah,
much
we might be able to find whoever took him across. Maybe he said something about what he was doing.
Sure, that does make sense. So yeah, we'll try to find the person who took him across.
Oh, so you're on the jetty. So are you starting straight away, or are you going to go and have a drink and start in the morning, or?
How late is it right now?
It's about 8 at night.
Yeah, I mean, let's go around the boats and ask. We can also, while we're at it, we can hire a boat to take us there in the morning.
Okay. Are you being, intimidating, demanding, or just sort of friendly and relaxed, or have you chatted to these sort of people before?
Friendly and relaxed. It's like we're giving a description of the brother and saying he rented a boat about whenever it was, and just we did just giving the impression that if somebody has information, we'll pay them a little bit of money.
Okay. All right.
I mean, there's no reason to think that any of this is particularly secret. So
Yeah, it doesn't seem like such a dire situation that we need to be aggressive.
And you guys, are wearing obvious armor and weapons, so you're not going to come across as threatening or anything. So that's right. If either of you want to roll people's skill, so 2d8 plus charisma.
okay.
And I'll give you a situational +1 because,
Okay, I got a 10.
First impression, they'd think you're pretty relaxed and friendly.
Okay, 10.
10. So success, but consumes time, incomplete information, or attracting attention, or supernatural effect.
I got 15.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I got a 6 and an 8 plus 1 because I have 0 charisma.
Okay.
That's like the best roll I've had with these D8s. Oh my goodness.
All right. We can go consumes time, so you spend a couple hours talking to different boat captains and stuff. So it's about 10 o'clock. You found someone who's willing to take you out of the island because a couple of people said no, flat out, and sort of walked away. One captain is, he'll take you over there. He's just got like a 6-person fishing sailboat. No, it'll be a, what do you call it, catamaran with the 2 hulls, and they're willing to take you over. They took someone matching that description, I don't know, about 2 months ago.
Oh, wow. Did they seem excited to go? Were they resigned or anything unusual about that particular?
He was a bit quiet, actually. He didn't say a lot.
He was alone?
Yeah, normally people going over is like, oh, this is going to be different. I haven't been over here. They're a bit more, that sort of have nervous conversation because it's a 6-hour trip. They want to do something. But yeah, he didn't talk much.
Yeah, did he say anything about how long he would be on the island or how he expected to get back?
I think he just said a week. He wasn't carrying a lot, so it didn't seem like he was planning on a long stay. He didn't have bags and bags of rations or anything.
And was he expecting you to come back after a week, or did he have some other arrangements?
He just said come back in a week and then he'll take you back, but he wasn't there. Fessa. Most of the people around the docks smell like they live around the docks. There's a bit of a fish, bit of a salt sort of smell. This guy and his sort of assistant, they smell a bit like oranges or mandarin. It's just an odd sort of fruity smell. But citrus, not pineapple, mango sort of thing.
Right, yeah. I think she would take like a couple of like sniffs, like noticing like, oh, he doesn't smell as bad as everybody else. Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you happen to do a lot of trading with citrus fruit?
And he sort of looks at his assistant. Oh, a little bit. We try to keep healthy. We do a lot of sea travel and it's hard to get good food, so we make sure we have fruit.
That makes sense. Are you one of the only few boats that tend to do such long travel? Because everyone else don't smell anything quite like you, and I mean as a compliment.
We like to, keep clean. We want that's part of, getting customers to do it. use the boat and stuff. We don't want to smell like, there's people over there. So it's about 10 at night. So are you going back to your respective homes, or you just going to grab a inn on the docks or something, or what are you both doing?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm going to an inn. I think I came here from out of town.
Okay.
And yeah, we'll come to the boat in the morning and head over to the island.
No problems.
I'm just double checking something. Sorry.
No worries.
I was thinking of indulging in the vice, but that doesn't make sense right now.
No problems. All right.
Especially if only those two are the only ones that smell very good.
Okay.
But yeah, I do the same. Maybe I'd stay like a couple extra rounds for drinking and then head back to the hotel.
All right, so you go to an inn. There's a decent inn called the Slippery Eel. Despite the name, it's not too bad of food. There's no fleas on the bed or anything. It's not too shabby. You have a good night's sleep. Get up in the morning. Smell the lovely sea air, if you find it lovely. Doing anything special, or just heading straight for the boat, or?
Well, since
Evanlass, have you spent much time sort of on the sea or near the sea, or are you more of a up in the hills, woodsy sort of guy, or?
I mean, I'm more of a woodsy sort of guy, but I've been on boats before. This is not unusual.
I think it actually would be a little bit more unusual for Fessa, because she was mainly grew up near woods and such. Didn't get to the coast very often. So I think she probably would have gone to like whatever like the market was and see like what tonics they might have for possible whatchamacallit, nausea, because like it's a 6-hour boat ride.
Yeah,
because she's a little worried about that.
Yeah, there's plenty of people like, just have 5 eggs in a cup and just drink them down. You'll be fine.
That seems unusual, but okay. I'll trust these people since they know better.
Dear.
But otherwise, since it's been quite a few months, I doubt anybody else would remember the brother too much. Like, if she knows he's a bookworm, I guess she might have checked out like if there's like a book stall or something. Like, see if he's maybe someone came with a vested interest in like.
There's little markets with little books there. Yep. No. When you sort of show a picture that the brother gave to you, don't know him.
And they seem pretty much like there's no reason I would believe that they would be like hiding. Just straight up like.
That'll be a roll? Observation roll. So roll and add guile.
Okay. And I do have observation.
Alright, so add 1 then.
11, 12, plus 2 for guile, 14.
Yeah, this guy's scared.
Oh.
And as soon as you open the picture, he was like, don't know him.
Does it look like he was like looking like, some people when they're scared, they tend to look directly at the person that they're trying to not look at, kind of thing? Like, is there anybody in the marketplace that they're...
No, it's more like he was looking around for a place to run to.
Oh. All right, let's see. What do I want to do with that information?
We can say, you're just behind her if you want Evan Last sorting through your pack or whatever, if you want to be there.
Yeah, I think I want to send a message, like, because it's mental, right?
Yeah.
A mental message to Evan Less and say, this guy is scared and I think he might be ready to run.
Okay. I'll send my familiar to keep an eye on him.
All right. You got a name for your familiar?
Gavin.
Gavin. Alrighty. Alright, so Gavin the iguana would just sort of crawl around the walls or get to a spot where he can keep an eye on this guy.
Let's see what. So I want to like put away the picture and just smile at the guy, and then look down, like, at the books and go, there can be something to be had about knowing people, and it can become profitable, especially when you need money to be protected.
Yeah, no, I don't need protection, but I do have to go, and he quickly starts sort of shutting up his little shop and.
Trying to think what I want to do because I don't want to. Well, trying to remember what some of these do. Okay.
Are you getting anything in the sort of morning markets, Evan Lass?
Just a few provisions.
All right.
Well, it's a long boat ride. I might want a snack.
I don't want to do anything to super scare him, so I don't want to intimidate, but
All right, so he's grabbed his little shop
he's
stuff
trying,
and he's
trying, yeah.
scooting off. You see Gavin the iguana following him. There's a few iguanas around town, so that's fine. It's not super unusual. You just recognize that one.
Right. So at least I'm not too worried since Gavin's after him. Damn it. And none of these seem like what I want to do. I'm not actually 100% sure what I want to do. She doesn't seem the type that would have been very aggressive. I guess I'd want to follow Gavin following the guy.
Yep. Okay. So, Evan, unless you get your provisions, there's plenty of markets around. You can get a reasonable price. That's fine. Any sort of snacks you want? What sort of snacks do you think you're into?
Oh, bread, cheese, fruit.
Okay. The bread's not much, but there's cheese and fruit from all over the place. It's a fairly decent sort of trading area, so. All right, so this guy heads in a sort of roundabout way towards the docks. He chats to a few sort of boat captains there, and Gavin would see that, so Evanas would see that, and Pessa would see that. So he chats to a couple of different boat captains, including yours, and then he buggers off to a tavern.
Okay, I think as soon as as it's confirmed that he had talked to our captain, I'd go immediately up to the captain then. With my bags of eggs.
Okay.
And
Oh, you ready to go? Or
so I saw you were talking to the the bookseller. Did he have anything interesting to tell you?
he's new in town. He's asking directions. I just told him where he needs to go in town. That's all.
Okay, I want to roll to see if they're lying. Is that the same thing?
It's
Kyle?
observation.
Yeah. 7 plus 1 for observation, 8, and then is that guile also?
Yes. Yeah.
So 10. So partial success still.
I think we go supernatural effect for side effect. Some of the you think he's not telling you everything. There's some pot plants outside of some of the shops and inns and warehouses on the docks. The plants start sort of oozing some sort of semi-transparent slime.
Ooh.
You know enough about magic to know there's some sort of supernatural effect going on.
Yeah.
Might be harmless, might not be.
That, like, puts Fessa a little on edge. And, like, she doesn't... I don't think she believes the captain. And...
He sees Evan Lasting's like, oh, you need a hand? You're right. You ready to go?
I sent a mental message again to Evan Loss to say, like, I think.
Well, he's only sort of 20 feet over there, heading this way, sort of thing.
Yeah, but I wanted to make it silent so that no one else hears. Yeah, that's the only reason. To say, like, I think the captain's not telling us everything. The merchant who was scared talked to him before running off.
Yeah. And I think I'll just have a quick whispered consultation. It's like, do you think it's important? Do you think it's important enough to delay the trip, or should we just go and check it out? Check the island out.
I think we should be ready for a fight once we get to the island, but I don't think we're strangers, so that's already going to put everyone here on edge themselves.
All right.
Unless we're willing to beat it out of these people, I doubt we'll get any straight information from them.
All right. So I have Gavin come to the boat, and we'll just leave, I think.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just envisioned an iguana just rock up in a tuk-tuk with us, No, it's not quite that. Okay, so yep, that's fine. You meet at the boat, and captain's like, all right, ready? It's only a small boat. It's just him and one other guy helping on your catamaran.
Since it's such a long trip, I definitely want to investigate the ship for any hidden compartments, like smuggling type of thing, or
yeah. Well, it's catamarans, so there's sort of twin hulls, and they're being made of sort of bamboo or something like that. It's not a lot of places to hide stuff. This is more just for speed, and it could take 6 people on it with the sort of platforms across the hulls.
Or to see if there's any magic on the ship, hiding anything.
Easy enough. That would be 2d8 plus intuition. As you just sort of, what's it look like when you check for disturbances in the force, so to speak?
And that's my style magic, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So what Fessa does when she does her magic is she creates worry dolls, which are and she usually either she has material on her or she uses found material, usually natural material, and they're little tiny little dolls usually tends to be women, like looking,
Okay.
and that manifests, and that's like her focus. Sometimes she mutters something depending on the spell. For investigation, I don't think she mutters anything though. And then those worry dolls tend to disintegrate, but sometimes they don't, depending on the magic or how strong the magic is. So she's conjuring up a little worry doll as she's looking around, and I got an 11 plus 1, so 12.
Okay. While you're waking the worry doll, Gavin the iguana's just staring at it. He seems to be fascinated by what's going on here. All right. So you can see her doing that. Evan Lass, are you doing anything on this trip?
No, no. I'm just looking out at the waves and just being generally aware of my surroundings.
Okay.
I mean, if a fight breaks out, I want to be ready, but I'm not actually particularly expecting any trouble until we get to the island. So
Oh. It's a warm spring day. It's not too bad for traveling. A little bit of cloud cover, but could have got a lot worse as far as weather goes, so that's all right. Occasionally, both the captain and the assistant sort of glance at you both, but they don't say a lot, and they just seem to nod and gesture to each other without actually talking much. First, so when you do your magic, so you can choose one, discover elements or portals, like cantrips or shapeshifters, ley lines or lunar conjunctions, that's probably not relevant, spells or magic items in effect, or life force and motivations.
Only one, you said?
Yep.
I'm tempted on either motivations or if there's any spells in effect. I'll go with motivations.
Okay. Yeah, there's some sort of deceit or hiding of information. You're not picking up like malice, just, repression of thoughts and information and truth.
Like,
You don't, you know that's happening. It's not just, oh, maybe they're not telling us everything. It's like,
right.
no, you know they're not telling you everything without a shadow of a doubt now.
But like, can I tell if it's like self-inflicted like repression or someone else causing the repression?
No, they're choosing to do
They're
that.
choosing. Okay. So Fessa, I think, would after that would make the concoction that she believes would help her keep from not being nauseous. And go out to where Evan Lass is with the concoction, and presuming since there's only 2 other people, they're busy obviously keeping the ship steady and everything. And like lean against the rail and sigh and take like a long sip of this egg like shake and be like, do I have to do a constitution roll or something?
No, you're just going to vomit it all back up. This is not going to go well. You think they were having a lend of you.
Despite okay, well before before that happens, I tell him the loss. So I did a bit of sensing, and they're definitely hiding something. I don't think maybe we won't be coming up to a fight, but they're definitely keeping something from us and the others. I just can't figure out what else.
Well, we'll be at the islands soon enough. It's let's wait to interrogate them until we get there, and perhaps we can get some answers then.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, boat keeps going. You reach the island, so now it's like 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah, I think like for the last half of that trip, like Fessa, after throwing up, went to lie down. Like, like, crap. And I think she'll tell Elvin Loss, like, if you want to take the lead on this.
Yeah.
Well, it'll probably be about 2 o'clock. Yeah, it's about mid-afternoon. You arrive at the island. They're like, here you go. You want us to come back tomorrow or in 3 days' time? What did you want?
A word with you privately, Captain, before you leave. And
Seemed a bit puzzled, but okay.
yeah. I mean, I guess there's probably like a little cabin or something where the captain has a little cabin or something where we can talk privately.
Sure.
Yeah. So I mean, we go in there with Fessa, and it's and it's like Gavin is up on my shoulder, sort of kisses.
Yep.
And it's like, now, Captain, before we go, we want the truth.
What truth? You asked to be taken to the island. I've brought you here.
You know perfectly well what we're talking about. You haven't told us everything.
Fessa kind of leans against the door to prevent anyone trying to come in or escape. But she's like just leaning on it casually with her lajatong.
He says, well, we brought that man you're looking for here. We haven't seen him since. Yeah.
Captain, you will tell us.
Sorry, go ahead.
You will tell us what you know about this island, or you will come ashore with us.
It sounds like you're trying to intimidate him.
Yes.
It's still people skill. All right, so roll charisma and +1 if you've got people skill.
Okay. That's an 8.
All right, so you get success, but there's a side effect, which is attracts attention, incomplete information. Well, no, it wouldn't be that. Yeah, attracts attention is one that makes the most sense. So, okay, he's like, yeah, we've brought plenty of people here. Not everybody we drop off comes back, but it's not our problem.
It doesn't bother you that people don't seem to come back from the island? I mean, wouldn't you want the repeat business?
No, it's not. We're not harmed. We just drop people off. Lots of people don't come back. But if you ask us to come back, we'll meet you back in 3 days or 5 days, whatever you like.
And has there ever been people like you who've never come back? Who are the ones that are just transporting?
No, we know people that have been here and come back a few times. But none of us go far into the island. We just come to the shore.
I want to.
We don't hold much hope for your friend because he seemed like a bit of a bookworm. He didn't seem like an explorer or traveller or anything, but not our problem.
Wouldn't it be your problem if people stopped coming to the island?
Pardon me. Well, you know, we do other things. We don't just take people here.
Trying to think. I just can't think of anything that would be really good to intimidate. Like, that's not out of.
Anyway, we're going to start sailing back.
How much would it cost for you to stay the night?
Just a hex per night.
But you have to stay on the shore, not in the boat.
Well, we're going to go, 200 foot out to shore. We're not going to go stay on the beach.
I mean, on the beach.
No, we're not going to do that.
Why?
Because lots of people don't come back. So, we're not
But
stupid.
you just said that there's not only when people go into the island more.
Yeah.
The shore should be
We're only
safe.
going to go 200 foot offshore. We're just not going to be parked physically on the beach.
The boat could stay offshore. I'm sure you have ways of. I mean, I've heard of ways where you just anchor the boat. You and your crewmen can stay with us on shore. We don't have to go in. Just stay on the beach.
Yeah, okay, we'll do that.
Can I sense to see how like if he's like nervous or scared about doing that, or
that would be an observation.
Yeah. Okay, so that's +1 for me. 8 plus 8 plus 7 plus 1.
So 16. Okay. Yeah, he seems happy to do that. Yeah, we'll hang out on the beach.
Does he seem like relieved or just content?
Even pleased.
That's weird. But okay, yeah, like at least Vesta's willing to, like, for 1 hex, do it.
Yep. Alright, so him and his mate will sit up on the beach. They'll take a bit of food off the ship and just sort of have a snack and sit on the beach, look out at the water. Don't seem that worried. Are you two going to go on the island or chat to them more or bugger off of the boat or?
I guess
It's almost tempting.
Let's go onto the island, but I'd like to take a bathroom break.
Oh yeah, sure. No worries.
So,
I'll have one too actually. What the hell? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Any questions or anything about anything so far,
No.
Stephen? Or?
No.
You done much gaming in the past? Or?
Yeah, I've been doing mostly online. I've been doing maybe one game a week on the Gauntlet.
Oh, okay, that's all right.
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah,
love
I've
to
been
do
on
that.
I've been on the Gauntlet about a year.
Okay.
And
It is very
I
hard
tend
for me to
do
sign up for games.
one or two conventions a year. Yeah, I haven't had the games on the Gauntlet tend to fill up really quickly. But
Yeah.
It seems like the people not from America tend to get to them quickly.
But no, with my work, quite often I only get 1 or 2 weeks notice, and by the time I know what shift I'm on, the games are filled up, and it's like, damn it.
Yeah. Although I've gotten into some sort of at the last minute. I mean, like this one. I mean, you posted a few days ago that there were slots, and it's like, okay, I'm free on Saturday. I'll sign up for it.
Yeah, I've had to run a few games where heading up to the start of the game, sort of 2 or 3 people sign up and sign out and sign up, and it's like I got no idea who I'm running for, but I'm running the game.
Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised at how many people drop out of games. It's.
Yeah.
I think part of the problem is it fills up so quickly, so people are just like to sign up and not care. Like, for most of January's games, I signed up knowing I hadn't gotten my school schedule set up yet. But as soon as that got settled, like last night, I was messaging people and like, "Hey, I'm gonna have to drop half of these sessions because, unfortunately, But at least I gave a heads up."
Yeah, that's fair.
Right.
Okay, so both your characters are on the island. Now, are you going to just sort of head into the island? You're going to sort of go around the perimeter? Evanlas, as a Harlequin, actually has a flight power, so you can do your flight spell on both of you and fly over the top if you like. Hover over the tree canopy. It's up to you what you want to do.
Right. I mean, well, my flight power says 1 target per weird, and it looks like I've got 1 weird.
Yeah, so you can just do it on both of you, and then.
Right. Or does that mean you can just cast it twice?
Yeah, you just cast it twice. That's fine.
Okay.
But you don't have to. You can save that.
No. I mean, I didn't realize that was possible. I thought it was.
No, you could do that to start, or you could save it as a getaway plan and go in on foot. It's up to you.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a lay of the land, so like that would seem.
Do you want to sort of fly around first and then land somewhere where you
if you're willing to use it now, Evanlas.
Okay.
You got 9 mana, and that's only going to use 2 of it. So yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Right. Well, mine says 10. My mana says 10 plus 2 per weird, so that's 12 mana.
oh, sorry. Yeah, it should be 6 plus 3 per weird. But anyway, it's only going to use 2.
All right.
It's not the end of the world.
Uh,
All right.
that's
Now, roll and add
fine.
charisma. Roll 2d8 and add charisma. See how your spell goes.
10.
10.
Or
Okay.
no, sorry, 9.
9. All right. So success, but put someone in danger, drains their health because it hurts, portal opens to an unknown location, or just affects the environment in some way.
My choice.
Yep.
All right. Let's say it affects the environment in some way. But
So this is sort of subtropical jungle. It was warm, so we'll say the sort of tethers of magic go out, and it starts changing the weather to be more. Yeah, there's like a rainstorm on the way. Doesn't mean it's instantly here, but in an hour or two there'll be a rainstorm because you just completely changed the weather. Yeah, the weather's working, but yeah, you got an hour or two anyway. So you're both flying over the canopies, the trees.
Yeah, and I'm sort of looking for any sort of a lake because I'm suspecting that my dream might be tied into this somehow.
Okay.
And I mean, and also, of course, any sort of campsite or presence of any person on the island.
Okay. There's a campsite in the middle of some hills, and there's a lake about, I don't know, 20 miles sort of further inland. The lake's sort of in the middle, and everything's more downhill from that. And about halfway up that, between the edge of the island and the lake, is the campsite in the hills. Fessa, are you doing anything while you're just flying around, or you?
Yeah, I was thinking of extending senses to see if I can get a better feel of everything. That's intuition. So 4, 7, 11, 12.
Oh, okay. So it's a bit like having drones floating around you, and you can just control where they're looking and stuff.
Yeah. So, and with the explicit like determination of trying to find the brother, like that's like who I'm looking for specifically, or anything that might look like him.
Okay. I'll get you both to roll observation, see how you do. So 2d8 plus guile.
Oh, geez. 5.
Excellent.
I guess I see too much. See too much and not enough.
You got 12?
Yes.
Even less. Okay. So, yeah, you saw the lake, with the sort of village halfway between the lake and the shore. The lake is a different shape to the one in your dreams, but it's the same sort of color and movement of the water. It definitely seems familiar. And there's a spot next to it you can land if you want.
I mean, I think I want to check out the campsite first.
Okay. Fessa, you saw shapes moving in the trees, fairly big shapes, but you're not sure what they were.
Okay, so I just be wary about like going towards the trees. Like could be big bad, and it could be Tyrannosaurus Rex or something, you know.
The whole lake shakes every time. Nah, it's not that bad. Okay, so you're going to you're leading the party to the campsite.
I'd follow without question.
Yep, no worries. So as you're approaching the village, just looks like simple sort of bamboo huts, maybe 5 around. Yeah, a small campfire. The huts are probably 20 foot across. You can see fishermen that look pretty much the same as typical fishermen and dock workers and stuff. Just a
I
small
look at Evanless and like, should we just do what we did before, approach and ask, or?
Yeah, I think so.
You can hover for a bit. You don't just have to zoom straight in. You can sort of slowly hover around and have a closer look if you want, or you can land in the middle and go ta-da. I don't know. It's up to you.
Let's just approach openly and find out what they know and figure out if they're friendly.
All right. So I would land like at the edge. I wouldn't land like in the middle.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, if they are hostile, we don't want to be completely surrounded.
Yeah.
Okay. You can see there's some cages off to one side, again made out of bamboo. Look like there's some people sort of tied up in them. 2 humans and 2 kitsune. They haven't noticed you or anything yet, but yeah.
Do they look like they've been starved? They've been overly fed, like bored, scared?
They look tired and beaten. There's obvious cut marks on quite a few of them.
I think Vesta would bring out her Lajatong, and even though it's a little blasphemous, but just to indicate that, or at least it'd be a little bit less unassuming, she kind of uses it as a walking stick. So, like, it pierces with the dirt or sandy area.
Yeah, it's a little bit muddy.
Yeah,
it's kind of mangroves near here.
Yeah.
All right.
So, but that way she has it out, so just in case.
Yeah. Everlast, what are you doing?
I'm just keeping my eyes open and as I walk toward them.
Okay.
Is anyone guarding the people in the cages?
No, you can't see anyone around at this point.
I'd look at Everlast like, should we check on those people? And like, not with my head, like point towards the people in the cages. Because that puts her on edge completely.
Yeah. I mean, I think we want to check out the people in the cages.
Yeah.
I mean, if one of them is the person we're looking for, that would be good information to have.
Okay. You, as you're approaching, a couple of people come out of the one of the huts. They see you two, and then just bolt into the jungle.
Okay.
They're running towards the lake at this point. So uphill.
So I quickly go to the closest person in the cage and go, were you guys captured? Are you okay?
All right. Help us. Help. They're very tired and, beaten. Everlast, what are you doing?
I'm going to examine the lock on the cages. I assume that and figure out how to open them.
You got mechanical, haven't you?
Yeah.
All right. Yep. It's just a basic old iron lock. It's a bit rusty because of the sea air. So 2d8 plus agility.
9.
Yep. It's just a matter of getting it to actually unlock because it's an old lock. But so you're sort of jiggling around with it. Yep, you managed to get one out.
Can I cast silence around us?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
You don't have to roll. That's fine.
Okay.
You've done it many times. You do. Everything goes quiet. I'll
Right.
presume. Can you free the other prisoners as well, Evanless?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, and we're asking them why did these people lock you up? We asked, are they from the mainland?
But you can't hear anything because she did silence.
Oh,
Oh,
I thought that would be just the shower.
Were you just doing it around your hands or something, or? You can choose.
Technically, it's yeah. I was thinking like where it would be like I thought it would be like a pocket of where like.
It's like it's 10-foot area, but you can choose to make it smaller because he'll say something, no words are heard, can look at you, and you can just
like it was really.
You meant
really
like
during the
silence between us and between us
yeah.
and the
mainly okay. So it was mainly like large when he was breaking the locks and all the noises that breaking people out would have been. And then I would lower. Then I would lower it to just like maybe just me so he could speak.
Yeah, they're not sure how long they've been here. They're very tired. Let's get us out of here. Get us out of here. You hear some hooting noises, not hoo hoo, but much louder, and something big coming through the jungle towards the camp. You've opened all the locks at this point, so the 4 prisoners are free.
Are any of them the one that we were looking for?
One of them is his daughter, though, because Evanless has met him and his daughter before.
Okay. All right, so I think we're
more hooting and thrashing of the jungle, getting closer.
Right. Yeah, I think that's right. I'm trying to figure out. I'm just trying to figure out how we should protect them.
You can
gotta get them.
Yeah, just run into the jungle. You could go into one of the huts and pretend you left, or I mean, you do have enough mana to do flight on each of you, but the thing might be here before you finish casting, or 6 times. Hang on, you're a bloody thingamajiggy Harlequin. You have an illusion power.
Right. That's right.
You could just go empty cages. As in, there's nothing here at all, and they could think, oh, they've already buggered off, run off while you were just standing still.
Well, it's not. Well, no, I can cast an illusion of the people in the cages, so that they don't realize that the people are gone while we run off. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, so I cast an illusion of the prisoners still in the cages.
Yep,
and we try to hurry to someplace where we're concealed.
So you're just going off like 20 feet into the jungle and watching, sort of thing.
Preferably in the direction towards where the boat is.
Okay, so downhill a bit.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes, and away from the hooting sounds.
Hopefully, it's also away from the hooting sounds.
Okay, so the villagers come running back through. They sort of slow down a bit, look around, and they sort of nod to each other and then keep running downhill, but not in the direction of you. You're sort of 90 degrees to them. About a minute. No, wouldn't even be that. About 30 seconds after that, some big creatures come stumbling through the village, chasing the villagers.
They're attacking the villagers also?
They just seem to be running in that direction.
Okay.
Big, furry, feathery things, about 8 foot tall, fairly muscular. I'm going to say Evan Lass. How do you know about owlbears?
Well, I've read about them in books, of course, but I've never seen one in the wild. But I mean, I've seen pictures, so I know what they are.
Yep. So 3 of them run past. Woot, woot, woot. They're quite big and intimidating in person. You're lucky you're not right there in the campsite.
Yeah.
Although you have read there are some sort of nature people that get along with them okay. They don't kill everybody on site. They're not always berserk killing machines that people claim them to be. All right, so they follow the villagers down there. After about a minute, all sort of quiet. Can't hear anything. What are y'all going to do? You've got the 4 wounded prisoners. You haven't found the person you're looking for yet. There's the lake uphill.
The daughter.
Yep.
Right. I mean, we'll talk to them and find out if they know anything about the person we're looking for, or anyone else who's been who's come to the island.
All right. So the daughter will give you a hug. She's so happy to see you. She's like, thank you for rescuing us. They took Dad. Well, Dad was a prisoner too, but he escaped. But that was 5. That was a week ago.
Do you know where he would have headed?
No, I think to the lake, because it was fresh water. We know at least we could survive a while there. But that was a week ago. I thought he would have come back by now. And then she starts crying because she's very tired and upset.
I'd pat her on the shoulder, like try to give her a little bit of comfort.
What was he looking for on the island?
It's supposed to be ruby veins here in the hills. If we could, get the rights or whatever, set up the whole family for generations, we feel free rich.
Did you know about the owlbears before coming here?
No. Do you think I would have came here if I knew there was owlbears?
Well,
how long did we flew here? How long do we know roughly how long it would take to get on foot from there to the shore?
About 3 hours.
And it took us like a half hour flying?
Yeah, because you're not constantly going in and around trees and stuff. You're just straight over the top.
Right. Well, since it's been a week, I think it's probably best to get these four to safety and then head to the lake.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a good plan because then Evan Lusk can just fly me and him again back to the lake, and that'll be easier than trying to do everybody. So yeah, I think our goal, I would since we would have provisions on us, I would give to the daughter and everybody else fruit, drink.
All right. Yep.
And then
thank you. I'll never forget this. And they're just sort of sitting and eating, and they're very grateful.
Yeah, after giving maybe 5 or whatever seems like a reasonable amount of us resting without being more in danger.
Right.
It's like, all right, we have a ship waiting for us. We got to go. I think this direction.
Right. I mean, if we feed them first, they'll probably be able to walk faster. So
yeah. There is another option available to you. Your cryomancer can actually open a portal to town.
I was thinking, okay, that's what I was reading. I wasn't. I was trying to understand, like, because this is
Basically,
portal
it's to a
moves.
magical place. So
Yeah.
if you're a member of an arcane guild or a temple or whatever, that you would have the right magical address, and you can just open a portal there to somewhere you've been before.
Okay. Oh, okay. Because I was unsure if it was like specific places. So I was like, oh, well, I don't want them to take them to a random place that's
No,
not
it's
near
places you
home.
would have been before where you've memorized the magical address, so to speak.
Okay.
So if you've
Oh,
done
then
jobs for an arcane guild that you're chummy with, and yeah, there's a back room with a temple room with a portal room, or
so can I just say that I know of that place of that
yeah,
we were just in town?
yeah, there's one in town because you were actually from that town, were you? It was
Oh, okay. So then, yeah, I would still give them the chance to like rest, for a minute and eat and drink,
yep, that's
and
fine. Give them some food.
yeah,
Right.
and then so
So
I'd roll for that, right?
yeah, we'll make you roll for a portal. All right.
I need better than that.
So
And is it
2d8 plus intuition. It is short range and you're taking your time, so I can give you +2 situational because you're not
Okay,
like in combat or anything.
3. That is a 9.
Yep, no worries. So side effect is it affects the environment, it alerts creatures nearby, or drains their health.
If I save a alerts creature, I can still successfully get them through, right? Before
Yeah.
the creature. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
Yep.
just for added drama, alerts a creature.
Okay. All right. So on a sort of astral plane, it's like you've rung a huge church bell, and everything nearby knows. Oh, hey, there's an open portal here. So you open your portal. What's your portal look like?
That is a good question. I haven't thought about that.
Because it's completely tied to your style.
So okay.
Is it foxes chasing each other around in a circle or something? Or
I like that. It is, but it's not like they don't look like regular foxes. They look like crafted foxes, like similar to my worry dolls. So it changes it depending on like what I'm making the worry doll of. So since I always have material on me instead of using like like broken wood or whatever that's on the floor, I just use that. So they're very fabricy like foxes that run in a circle.
Neat. All right, so the 4 people step through to the arcane guild that you're chumming with, and yeah, you can just sort of step through. You say, "Hey, these people with me, they recognise you because they've dealt with you before." That's fine. Yeah.
Actually, I just tossed in a worry doll because they recognize me by the worry doll. It's like just hand this to the guy.
Yep.
It's my calling card.
Okay. All right. So yep, they've gotten through. Are you going to close it afterwards, or are you going to keep it open for an hour? Or
no, I'm just gonna close it because I don't want an owlbear to run through.
oh, am I liven up their day? Dear. Okay. So you've gotten those 4 to safety.
I guess we should head to the lake then.
Yeah.
Or by this point, yeah, it'll be about 7 at night now. Yeah, are you gonna camp for the night, or just keep going, or?
I mean, I have night visions.
So do I.
Good. So I think we're good to go.
Yeah.
All right, so you head up to the lake. All right, so you're looking around the lake. The lake's probably sort of 10 miles across. I'll get you to do observation rolls, see if you notice anything interesting or alarming.
13.
I forget any. Is it the intuition?
Intuition, this would be.
So 12.
Okay. Yep, it's definitely a freshwater lake. You can see there's some fish occasionally swimming around in it. Evanlass says, "Oh, see the way the hills are over there? There's some caves there. I think if there's anyone sort of sheltering near the lake, they'll, most likely be there, unless they're up a tree. There's tracks near the lake of human-sized sort of shape and feet, but they're not like within the last day, so they're not super recent."
So then more than likely it's not the villagers that made those tracks. Since it seemed like they just came from here earlier.
Yeah. But they may have sort of come around the other side or something. As I said, it's like 10 miles across. It's a decent size lake.
Do you want to head to the caves? I mean, that would seem if we have owlbears running about.
Yeah. Let's head to the caves. See if this guy's been there.
Okay. Yep. It's fine. You head over to the caves. Check out a few caves. By now it's sort of midnight.
Mm-hmm.
Across the other side of the lake, you can see there's some bunch of owlbears come for a drink, and they're hooting and dancing at each other and doing owlbear stuff. But yeah, they're across the other side. They don't appear to have noticed you. They just come down for a drink. All right, so you head into the caves. You check out a few caves. This will be searching, I guess. Yep. All right. So observation again.
Okay.
That's a 2.
Oh, delightful. Okay.
10.
There you go. You search a couple of caves, can't find much. The third cave, just as you're heading in, you sort of stumble. This would be Evanlass will stumble, and a sort of rock falls, tumbles, bumps into another rock, and it bumps into another rock, and it starts a bit of a rock slide. Doesn't harm you guys, but makes a lot of noise. And you can across the other side of the lake, you can see the owlbears look up and sort of start coming in this direction. You've probably got half an hour. You still going to go into the cave?
Yeah. I'm gonna cast silence again.
No.
Just to see if that because that was a loud noise and everything. Maybe we can fake the owlbears out a little bit and go more into the cave, I guess.
Yeah. So the cave sort of twists and turns. It's fairly dark in there, but that's all right. There's some sort of scratchings on the wall. It appears to be in like a different language. It's not in the regular trade tongue.
Oh.
You can roll plus guile to try and figure it out, because Evanlass has been doing stuff with the Scribes Guild. I give him a +1 because it's quite likely would have come across this before.
That's a 13.
Yep.
I got a 10.
10. All right, so yep, it's an old ancient language. You haven't dealt with it a lot. It's going to take you a bit of time to sort of work it out. Evanlass definitely has seen it before. You have worked on this with Marcus. That's the guy you're looking for before. Yeah, he's saying there's some sort of shapeshifter creatures here trying to pressure him into being an agent for them to basically be a traitor. And yeah, they're trying to brainwash people and get them to work for them. And yeah, he escaped, but he can't get off the island. They keep stopping him from getting away. So he's left this message in this ancient language on the wall.
That's weird. he would leave it in an ancient language. Because it'd be so rare. I assume it's something not very many people would be able to decipher, right?
Well, a lot of people would just think, oh, it's just some scratchings on a wall. It doesn't even look like a language. But
Right. He probably figured that if anybody came for him, it would be his brother or a friend of his brother.
yeah.
So,
Can we tell how fresh the scratching is? Like, because it's been a week, so does it look like it's been worn down a bit from weather? Or
Yeah. It's been about a week. There's sort of half the cave is about a foot deep in water, and you can tell sort of underneath the sort of surface there are actually bits of red rock, so some sort of red rock or red crystal underneath the external part of the sedimentary rock.
I'd go and examine the red rock. Like, is this what they're like? Is this what they were looking for?
Yep, you can. Yeah, looks definitely some sort of ruby vein mineral going through here. Not sure the quality because I don't know. Have you done mineral prospecting before?
No, mostly a forest person.
But yeah, there's definitely some sort of ruby vein here from the looks of it.
I have an investigator kit, so I don't know what that.
All right, so you can use that and have a good look around.
Yeah.
Are you having a look around as well, Evanlass?
yeah, I think I'm actually going to try to send Marcus a message with my Kookaburra call spell.
Okay.
And tell him that his brother sent us, and we're at the cave, and we found his message. I mean, it doesn't sound like he can send a return message, but he'll know where, and we'll be listening for any message he can send us. I mean, it doesn't sound like he can give a return message through the spell, but if he knows that we're looking for him.
All right.
That's smart.
Okay, so you do your, everybody else on the island will hear a massive kookaburra sound.
Right.
You send your message. After the sort of kookaburra echoing stops, you can hear some hooting getting louder because the owlbears are only about 5 minutes away.
Yeah, we might want to fly out of here.
I am totally fine with that. I would have if I don't know if the investigator kit, I would have tried to take like at least a small sample of the ruby, like not enough for it to like just as proof, like, oh, there is such things here, like flecks or
Yeah. Scrape some flecks into a little test tube or beaker or something. Yep.
Yeah, I'll do that before we leave.
Yep, no problems. All right. Evanlass, you sort of, as you're looking around, you hear the owlbears getting closer. So you sort of step backwards into the water, and there's a slight glow behind you. You notice there's sort of a circle of glyphs, stones, just like in your dream.
What a surprise.
Would seem like the best place to put it.
Yeah. I mean, we could also investigate underwater if you'd rather. I could transform us into fish or something. But
it's only about a foot of water, so it's not too bad.
Crab would probably be less likely to be, eaten by a kookaburra.
Right.
Never know.
Yeah. Although actually, I think my transformation has to be a reptile or amphibian. Probably. So, I'm not sure if that includes fish.
No, but you could go into like an iguana. They're
right.
aquatic enough.
Marine iguana. That's right. Yeah. I mean, or we can fly up because it's possible that that Marcus will be trying to signal us.
So would I recognize it? Like, even though I think for Fessa, the dreams would have been a little bit more blurry to her than
Yeah, it looks familiar.
it looks familiar. Okay. We could always come back once
All right.
this is done with.
All right. All right. Okay. So I'll transform us into marine iguanas.
All right. So you can just swim into the lake if you like, have a bit of a swim and
Yeah.
get away from the owlbears.
Yeah.
You don't need to roll for that. That's fine. You just take your time to focus. Ding! You're both iguanas. Your sense of smell would probably be the same, Fessa, but for Evanlass, it's like, wow, you got all these different smells coming at you now you didn't have before. Everything's a lot lower to the ground.
Yeah.
But
everything's watery and wet.
Yep. So you go into the lake, have a swim around, that's fine. You can get away from the owlbears, they're not going to go in there. Even if they splash around looking for salmon or something, they're not, they're too far away to notice you guys slip in there. So you come out like an hour later, I'm guessing?
Yeah, once it seems like it's quieted down or the owlbears have moved on.
Yeah, they got bored after a whole 5 minutes and went off to hoot and dance and stuff elsewhere in the jungle. Okay. So you come out of the lake and back into normal form, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, that was an experience.
Right. I mean, can we figure out anything about this underwater stone circle while we're
you can have a look
swimming around? Yeah.
I guess. Oh yeah. I guess I would use supernatural, like observation, to see.
Yeah, and I've got I've got some sort of magic sense too. I think that's.
Yep. All right. Yeah. All right. So Fessa, you roll supernatural. Evanlass, you roll your sense magic. In either case, it's intuition.
Okay. That's a 15.
All right.
12.
Yep. You've heard of these stone circles. It could be a portal. It could be a magical trap. This one definitely has active magic. It isn't inert. It's not necromancy or anything to do with demons or undead.
That's good, at least.
Because you don't see any of those red alert sort of runes glyphed on there. So yeah, you think it shouldn't be too bad. Okay, Evanlass, with your sense magic, you get a choice of 3. You can detect elements, portals, lycanthrope shapeshifters, ley lines and lunar conjunctions, spells, or life force and ectoplasm.
Okay. Well. Okay. Are there any portals involved with this?
Yes, there is some planar sort of dimensional magic involved.
Okay, and let's. Sorry, what were the options again?
Yep, ley lines and lunar conjunctions doesn't make sense. It wouldn't be of use. There's spells and magic items in effect, lycanthropes and shapeshifters, or life force and ectoplasm.
Okay, yeah, check for spells and for any life force.
Yep, there's some sort of imprisonment
Ooh.
spell, like something's being held captive here.
Okay, so I think
and there is something alive.
Right, I think we probably do not want to damage this spell, this circle. Yeah, it sounds like it's keeping something. It sounds like it's keeping something prisoner. And
it's not evil, but it still doesn't mean it's good either.
Yeah. I mean, it could even have been drawing people here. It's sending dreams of treasures or something.
Well, I've never thought of an iguana as a treasure.
No. Like people coming exploring for rubies, they come here, and they get close enough for it to influence them and cause them to dismantle the stone circle.
Luckily,
I mean, where did Marcus get? I mean, where did Marcus get the idea of coming to this distant island to search for rubies anyway. That's kind of a strange thing for a bookworm to do when you think about it.
Mm. Yeah, I don't think I've known any bookworm that's been willing to just leave their library.
To go digging in the ground. It's
All right. So yeah,
all
you've got
right.
the stone circle under the water. You've got the ruby caves. What are you all going to do? It's about 1 in the morning. You're probably pretty knackered by now.
Yeah. Probably find a place where we could be safe from the owlbears and maybe sleep.
You can stay in
We
this
did a
cave
lot.
if you want, or you can just find a decent sort of tree canopy to stay up in. Or...
Well, being from the forest, I'd choose the tree canopy.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
So rest up some trees.
Right. Yeah, and when we rest, we regain mana. I haven't been keeping careful track of.
That's all right. I can keep track of it. That's fine. Yeah, so you rest, get your mana back.
Okay. Awesome, because I was down to 4.
Alright, so you get up in the morning, probably pretty early. All the jungle birds start squawking, making noise and stuff.
Do you mind using the flight ability? I want to make sure the captain's still here. I mean, if we have to, I could always portal us back, but...
Yeah, no, that's fine. We can... I can cast flight on us again. And
Gavin's pretty happy. He seems to like this island.
yeah.
Happy to come here again.
Or actually, maybe we should fly around and see if we see
Right.
Marcus around.
Yeah.
Or any indication that he
Right.
had received your Kookaburra call.
Yeah, let's fly around. Let's see if he's made any signal or any sort of a marker which would tell us where he is.
Okay. Alright, so you do your spell, you both fly up in the air, you're flying around, and we just do one last observation roll.
That's a 5.
Excellent.
Hold on. 10.
Alright. You can see Marcus with like his customary red cloak sort of on top of a hill, waving it around, trying to get your attention. And Diana, roll a d8.
Okay. 7.
And 7 owlbears headed towards him.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
They're about 300 foot away. What are you doing?
I'm going to try to cast flight on him.
Okay. Yep. Roll plus gold to do your casting roll.
12.
Looking up
Oh,
magic.
bam, nailed it. All right. So he starts sort of floating up, and then and he starts sort of flapping like a bird because he doesn't know how to do it. So
yeah, I mean, as long as he is out of reach. I mean,
Yeah. As he's doing his spell for Marcus, can I conjure ice to like?
as like a sheet to make the owlbears fall over, or
Yeah.
Yep, that's fine. Yeah, none of you are in immediate danger. So that's fine. You don't have to roll. You just do that sheet. They start sliding and falling into trees and stuff, and
because they wouldn't be used to ice.
no, hell no. Okay. That's good fast thinking. He was very close to dying there. That's all right. Okay.
One time rolling high was not that great, but it worked out.
He looks tired and beaten. He's a 40-year-old bookworm.
Mhm.
He's like, thank you for coming.
Right.
Since it seems like he has a little bit less hold on being able to fly, I'll as soon as he got close to us, I'll grab his hand.
Yep.
And lead him all right, let's
He's
see if
like,
that damn ship is there.
It's not used to this.
Don't worry, your daughter's safe. We already sent her back.
Oh, thank you. That's excellent. Yeah, he looks exhausted, but he's like, yeah, thank you. How do we, how do we get home?
The ship that brought you here should hopefully be still on the shore where we paid them to stay. If not, we have other ways. Are you safe being with the same captain?
Him and his helper bloody took me to the village, and they kept trying to make me work for them and stop, betray our nation. I don't trust any of those guys.
What compelled you to come here? There's no books here.
Oh,
why did you want fame?
Oh, it doesn't matter fame and wealth. There's supposed to be heaps of rubies here. I thought we could make our family rich. Quick trip, and then we're set for life.
How did you even find out there was rubies here? All I heard about this place is the magic acts weird, and it certainly has so far.
I've just been having dreams about exploring these sort of bright red and black sort of ruby caves.
Yeah, I mean, I want to sense magic to see if he's under the influence of any kind of a spell.
Yep.
I mean, other than flight.
Yep.
That's it's intuition.
Yep.
That's a 9.
Yep. So you can pick one. So yes, there's some sort of dream magic in effect. Yeah. It's not taken over him, but it's had an ongoing effect on him.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we want to get him off the island back to the mainland.
I think as soon as we land, I guess, would it be unravel magic to get rid of that?
Yes.
So yeah, but after we land, because I want to make sure I don't accidentally unravel the flight spell.
Okay. Dobby's decided to crash on me. That's awesome.
No.
So where are you flying to?
I think I think the goal was towards the shore with the captain, because my goal is to harangue the captain now that we have more evidence, and if the captain's even still there. If not, then we'll do I'll do the portal thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Bloody Adobe's going silly on me. All right, the captain is not there. Neither is the boat. Yeah, it doesn't look like they've been there for hours, so they probably left shortly after you guys did.
Okay, I rolled a 9 to. Wait, I had to add guile. So hold on, roll 9 plus 10. So I got an 11 for unraveling magic, just so that we have a more clear-headed, even though he's still exhausted.
Yeah,
Marcus.
Yeah, the dream started about 6 months ago. There was a lunar conjunction, and just after that, seem like pleasant dreams. They usually involve our family getting rich and stuff. They just always started with me coming to this island and exploring caves and stuff.
Okay, well, I think we should go back
to the
I think we should go back to the no. I think we should go back to the city and consult the libraries, find out more about this stone circle.
Yeah, so I'll open a portal then to the same place we sent the others, because they'd be more likely to help out
Okay.
anyways.
All right. Roll plus intuition for your portal.
6, 7, that's 13, 14.
13. Okay. Yep. You have your little fox dolls sort of dancing around, jiggling around.
They're kind of sandy this time because it was like I just quickly did like since we're on the beach.
All right. You step through to the Arcane Guild. And they said, okay, we welcome back. We've looked after those people. We don't work for free. We're not a church.
I rolled my eyes at them.
No, it's hard work guarding these portal rooms. It's not easy.
I toss a hex out, the one I usually talk to.
Yeah,
Generally, yeah.
Yep. This way. So, Legia, you've safely got back to the city. What are you all doing?
Obviously inform Johan, like his brother and niece are safe, and
All right, so you go and see Johan first.
yeah, I think.
As you're headed towards. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. You go and see Johan. He's one of his assistants goes and gets him, and he brings him up. And how'd you go? Marcus, it's good to see you. And he gets his brother a hug and gets his servants to go and get him some food and stuff. And the daughters there, and they all thank you. They give you 10 hex each, which is a huge pile of cash.
Mm-hmm.
They were profusely thanking you and say, once a week, come for dinner. You're always welcome. Thank you. Thank you.
Right. Well, I mean, we're going to to tell him about this stone circle we found in the lake, and our theory that there is something in there sending dreams to his brother to summon him to the island, and sort of ask him to help us research this and find out what's trapped there, and if we can figure out a way to seal it off so that it can't send any more dreams.
Oh, he seems fascinated. He's immediately taking notes, and that sounds interesting, because he's a scholar.
Right.
Yeah, but also mention the fact that a lot of the ship's people and some of the merchants by the shore are in on it, with the islanders, because they took Marcus directly to the island. Like, they seem to know about these dreams.
Okay.
And of course, also mention owlbears.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Owlbears don't really bother me. They're not two problems. Not a big deal. Fessa, you notice Johan. He smells like citrus. Evanlass, you notice Johan's accent is different. Just instead of speeding up or slowing down based on his emotion like normal people, his words are kind of evenly paced. Every word is just, something's odd.
So I want to sense magic then, to see if he's being.
Yes, same here. That's
okay.
That's a 10.
Hold on, and that would be supernatural, right?
You can just come.
Or no?
Well,
no, just 11.
Okay, for supernatural, I mean there are different supernatural creatures that have different smells.
But like phenomena too, like, because Marcus did mention that this started happening after like a lunar thing.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes early conjunctions do have magical effects. That's definitely a thing. Evanless, yep, so you get 1. You can go to discover elements, shapeshifters, lunar conjunctions, spells in effect, or motivations.
Shapeshifters.
Yep, ding, ding, ding. There's 1 right in front of you.
And can I tell what his natural form is?
Some form of insect.
Oh God. I think though, like as soon as I had smelt the citrus, even before like doing the sense magic, I like casually bring out my Laja Tong again. Like, oh, I'm just scratching kind of thing, like, because I always have it on me,
Yep.
But I don't know yet, unless Evanloss sends a message to me that this is a shapeshifter. But I'm definitely on edge because citrus, usually a good smell, is definitely a bad smell in this case.
Right. Evanless, what are you doing?
I think okay. This ward versus Mikar that I have.
Yep.
It says works on Merker creatures and regular animals. I'm not sure exactly what the definition of a Merker is.
Yeah,
But
it's certain types of creatures. You don't think this is one of them.
Okay.
You're pretty sure that ward wouldn't work against this creature.
Okay. So.
But you could just try and, talk to it and say, look, the gig's up or whatever.
Yeah.
Because it may not know what you can do. You can just intimidate it and bluff what you can do. Or just attack it, or run for it. It's up to you.
Yeah, I think I'm going to threaten it.
Okay.
What have you done with Johan?
And Marcus and his daughter sort of look at you like, what are you talking about? That's Johan. But Johan sort of steps back and then goes to run out the other way.
I cast paralysis.
All right, we'll do initiative. It's just a straight D8.
7.
God. I rolled a 2, so there's bugger all chance. You say 8?
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
And
so
7 for me. Yeah.
Johan goes to run out the other door, but you react quickest. What are you doing?
I'll cast a confusion at him.
All right. Bam. All right. So he's. You don't have to roll for that. That's fine. He's sort of. I'm not sure. And he just sort of bangs into a wall, and he's lost his sense of direction. And
I still want to cast paralysis, so that way, like, he doesn't move.
That's fine. You can do that. He's not moving, and you see his real form, which is sort of like a ant, but upright, 6-foot ant.
Tessa makes like a gesture and like shudders, like, because she remembers like the fire ants types that can be in the forest sometimes, and
but these ones are 6 foot, not.
yeah. So even the little ones were bad. So this is like, and then she'll intimidate by using Laja, like before Laja Tang, and like have like the circle part of it, like surround, like go towards like I guess the neck part of the ant.
So you paralyzed him, so he can't talk.
That does the whole thing?
Well, yeah, it requires movement to talk. So, all right, you can will that to allow from the neck up to move or whatever. That's fine.
Yeah.
And he goes, or some weird sort of language, and you can hear scuffling in the back room, and Johan's voice yell out, "Help! Help!"
All right. Okay. Well, while Fessa guards the insect thing, I'll go find Johan.
Yep. So you burst in, and Johan's struggling against one of these ant creatures, and it sees you. What are you doing?
I will summon a. Well, I probably don't want to summon a fire elemental in a
You
library.
can just do a
That
little
would be-
one, like a 2-foot
Yeah.
one sort of thing.
Yeah. I'll summon a gargoyle. That's one of the
Okay.
options.
All right. Yep.
That's something I roll for.
No, not at this point. That's fine. The gargoyle appears. Yes, master.
And I point at the insect creature and I say, restrain it.
All right. So the gargoyle leaps on the ant thing. Yeah, they both seem to be sort of equal strength, and they're struggling around, WWE style. Okay, and you sort of help Johan sort of move out of the room. Looks like he was tied up, and he got his gag free at some point.
Right.
Just roll 2d8.
Uh, 9.
9. All right. So the gargoyle starts to win, and the ant creature sort of manages to shuffle out and jumps through the window to run off. And the gargoyle sort of looks at you. Do you wish me to pursue, master?
I'll say, no, that's not necessary. I mean, I think as long as Johan is safe, that's the important thing.
All right, so by default, it'll just stay with you and guard you for a couple of minutes before it buggers off.
Right. That's fine. Yeah. So that's.
Yep. So there's still the ant creature in the kitchen.
Yeah. So the one that I have holding, I'm gonna be like, if you don't talk in a way we can understand, I will happily end your life right here.
Let me just check something. Where is? All right. What do you want?
Why are you doing all of this?
Need information, need people, expand the hive.
Is that what's hidden underneath the lake?
The hive? There are many hives, but expand the hive. It's what we do. It's why we do everything. Hive is all.
And they have nothing to do with the Meeker people, right?
No.
So it's just why all of a sudden? Since the lunar conjunction.
We've been trying to get people to help the hive for years. It's just there's been a lot recently since the lunar conjunction. We don't know why, and we just oh well, people come to us, we'll try and get them to work for us.
Did you ever think of paying and asking? Or do they lose their life? Like, okay, would this be something that Fessa would know? Like, if, like, is this is this something that's possible that the ant people can be in conjunction with, or is it always going to be like give and take? Like,
no, he says, well, you mammals' actions mean more. Words. Yeah.
I think I pull out the vial of like the ruby shavings. Do you care at all about Do you care all about this material?
No.
And she's like, if you this is in theory plentiful on your island. If you offer this in trade to the humans, they will work for this stuff. And you won't have to kidnap them and capture them. And won't have to have people like us come and possibly harm and destroy your hive.
He just sort of stares at you for a while, and then you let me go. I discuss with Hive.
I call out to Evan Luss, and relay what we just said,
Yep.
To have a second opinion, because that's a big.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask Johan. Are there any? Does he know if there are any other humans who have been abducted by these insect creatures?
No, but you'd probably have to ask the militia for that sort of thing.
Yeah.
You didn't see any other camps or like prison cages or anything. Doesn't mean they're not there, but you didn't see any when you were flying around
Right.
and that. And yeah,
I'm talking about Johan, who was back here, the guild master who is here, and who was kidnapped by this insect creature. Does he know if anybody else has been kidnapped?
No, not to his knowledge. No.
Okay. Yeah. All right. That's. Let him go so that hopefully we can get a diplomatic solution to this.
We will be telling the militia here what's going on.
Right. I mean, I think we should escort this bug creature to the docks and have it sent back.
Yeah, that's fine. So you escort it to the docks. All right, and you tell the militia, and they're like, want you to sort of draw pictures of what you saw and give reports of step by step what happened, and they get that from both of you. So that's paperwork, the joys of it. But, yeah. All right. So that's it. You've rescued your friend. You got your money. You found out there was some.
It seems like the lake thing is complete. It just happened to coincide. So that would be something interesting, to investigate as a future type, epilogue thing. It's okay. And possibly saved a hive from being destroyed by angry humans.
Well, then again, they go around kidnapping people, so maybe it's too shit, But yeah, it's up to you. It's good. Every time I run games there, people sort of go out of their way to find non-combat solutions, so it's good.
Yeah, I mean, I like combat, but it's just
we can play a computer game for that.
Yeah. That's why I play Overwatch.
Yeah, that's fair enough. All right, so yeah, that's the quest done. You both did well. Could have gone south quite a few times, but no, you got through it. Yeah, Stephen, any comments, questions, anything?
No, I mean, I think I'm sort of starting to get the hang of this game. I probably should have prepared a little more in advance so that I was a little familiar with what my character could do. But yeah, worked out.
Yeah, when I first played this, I think it was one of the first times I played any PBTA stuff. So I was completely confused. Okay. So yeah, just because of game mechanics, I'm not used to.
Right.
But yeah, I definitely think I'm getting a better feel for it.
It's the story in this one took a bit of a Cthulhu Lovecraft sort of investigation feel with, and that's fine. It's just okay. I didn't see it going that way, but that's good. It's good to have a dynamic thing. Well, I don't know everything that's going to happen.
Right.
But yeah. Alrighty. Yeah. Normally, it'd be an ongoing campaign, and in between quests, you'd go and do your vices and virtues for your hobbies, and would get more into your characters' lives and that. But with a one shot, you can only. It's going to be more mission focused. Anything you liked or didn't like, Stephen?
No, I'm happy. I'm happy with how it turned out. It's always nice to try a new game.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, we've only got 2 players. If we had 3 or 4, there'd be more chatting and interaction and more sort of personality come out. But you work with what you got. Basically, is the other side of it is you make decisions quicker because there's less arguing.
Yeah, it would be interesting to play this with more people since this is the second time I played with only one other person.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like it, and then having the difference of the mana would definitely. I mean, it's still enough mana, I think. But since it is 3 less than the previous time, it's like, okay, I got to be a little bit more reserved on some of like the easy stuff, like the messages.
Yeah.
And such. Like, because I think we did that like 3-4 times last time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because in this one, you do start more competent than in D&D or whatever, where you're kind of Farmer Joe decides to pick up a sword at the start, but yeah, you still have to keep track of sort of what you're doing. So yeah, alrighty, we'll leave it at that.
It was fun playing with you both.
Yeah, thank you both very much for playing. It was good. I went a lot of odd directions, but that's good.
Yeah. Have a good weekend, everybody.
All right.
You too.
All right. Bye.
Okay.